Start the morning slow with this yoga sequence where you can keep your eyes closed for most of it and just relax into the day. We begin by lying on our backs, so if you want to just stay in bed and start this in bed, you can. So just lay in Savasana and breathe deep, eyes closed. Now you can start paying attention to your toes and your fingers, maybe wiggle them a little bit if you like. And then bring your knees into your chest and just squeeze. Give yourself a really nice warm morning hug. Draw little circles and sway back and forth so that you get a little massage on your lower back. Now you can reach your right leg out in front of you. So just lay that back down on the mat. And then reach your left leg up to the sky and pull it slowly. Just carefully pull it toward you. And then you can point and then flex your foot. Just feel what that does to the muscles in your leg when you wake your leg up like this. Point and flex the foot. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can reach up on your leg, maybe on your calf or on your toes, and then pull your leg toward you a little more force. Not a lot, just a little. And make sure your hips are still both in contact with the ground underneath so that your pelvis is level still and you're not leaning over too much on one side. Now you can relax your left leg down on the mat, so just let go and slowly drop it onto the mat. And bring your right leg up and squeeze it towards you a little bit. And then start by pointing and flexing your foot. And notice which muscles activate when you point and which muscles activate when you flex your foot. Now you can move your hands up the leg and grab your calf or even your toes, depending on how you're feeling in this particular leg, and squeeze it towards you. Tiny bit of force now, but not a lot. Now you can prepare to drop your leg and move into a supine twist. So you can bring your right knee up and flip over onto your left hip so that you get a nice twist in your lower back. And no pushing, just breathe here and feel how this feels in the hip after sleep. Now you can come back to center and we'll do the same for the other side. So bring the left knee over the right leg and twist your spine so that you really get a nice stretch in your whole hip area. And breathe deep, allowing the muscles to soften in their own time. Now come back to center and stretch your legs out in front of you and prepare to sit up. You can keep your eyes closed if you like, just sit right up, slowly but surely, and make sure that you get a nice comfortable seat with your legs stretched out in front of you. Now bend your right knee and bring the sole of the right foot in toward the left thigh for Janusarsasana. Stretch yourself up for a long spine and fold over your left foot. And you can either just let your hands rest on the mat somewhere, on the leg somewhere, or grab your foot. Just don't round your back to get further toward the foot. Make sure that you really hinge from the hip. And just breathe deep and allow the muscles to soften on their own. No pushing. We're trying to wake ourselves up slowly. So give yourself some room and some space. Now you can come up slowly and switch sides. So stretch out your right leg in front of you. Bring your left leg in and lean over your right leg. Hinge from the hip. No pushing, just breathing. Keep your eyes closed if you like. Now you can sit up, and we're going to move so that we're facing the long edge of the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together as you're sitting up. Clasp your hands around your feet and let your knees splay out to the sides and lean over if you like. You can sit up tall if you like. And again, you can keep your eyes closed. Begin to open your eyes a little bit and sit up. So I want you to stand up. You don't have to stand all the way up, but I want you to stand up enough that you can move your feet far away from each other for a wide stance, a very wide stance if you like. Now hinge from the hips and allow your upper body to fold over. And remember to keep your palms on the mat in line with your shoulders. If your head reaches the mat, just allow it to balance there and rest on the mat. If it doesn't, you rest on your hands. Keep some strength in the legs. That's important just to protect yourself from overstretching your hamstrings here. Now you can heel toe your feet in toward each other so that they're closer together but not hip width apart, wider than hip width. And sink your hips down for Malasana. I want you to keep some strength in the legs here. Do not just sink into the hips because that way you can get injured. So keep some strength here. This will warm up the hips and the whole pelvic area for the day. Now sit down and face the short end of the mat again. We're going to move into plow, and I want you to move slowly. So roll down your spine and lay down on your back. Lift your legs up to the sky and allow your butt to follow along. So roll your way all the way up and let your legs hang over your face. Depending on the day and depending on your general build, your toes may or may not reach the ground here. But either way, try to keep your legs as straight as is comfortable. If your toes do not reach the ground, I want you to keep your hands on your lower back for balance. That way you reduce the risk of straining. If your toes do reach the ground, you can clasp your hands and let them fall behind your back and even do a reach to the bottom of the mat. And now breathe here. Breathing is constricted in this pose. It's by design. If you feel like you want more, regardless of whether your toes reach the ground or not, you can now reach your hands to the lower back and curl yourself even more into a ball so that your hips are now in line vertically with your shoulders, and cross your ankles over each other and allow your knees to hug the sides of your face. This is not a more advanced pose necessarily, but it does constrict breathing more. So make sure to calmly breathe, deeply breathe, and do not force anything. Just allow it to fall where it is. In order to come out of this pose, I want you to go very slowly. So just slowly roll down the spine and really take support with your hands. And then stretch your legs out in front of you. We're going to counter all of that crumpling with fish pose. So leave your legs where they are and lift your whole rib cage up and lean your head back so that you can balance on the top of your head as well as your elbows and forearms and hands, and allow that to be your base so that you get a nice back bend and really can breathe deep into the belly if you can. Sometimes we get really crumpled with these plow variations, so just feel what that did to you. There can be a lot of tension here now. Now you can relax down onto your back, and then once again we bring our knees up into the chest and give ourselves a nice morning hug. Draw little circles, rock back and forth, create some lightness and movement around your spine after all of that compressing that we just did. Now let your soles of your feet meet and lay your legs down so that you can splay them open in a Baddha Konasana type position and move your upper body back into fish. So we're doing the fish pose again, but with legs in a Baddha Konasana instead of straight out. Now lay back down on your back, and you can try to grab a hold of your feet and start rocking yourself back and forth to get yourself to come up to a seated position. Now you can face the long end of the mat, face me if you like, and sit cross-legged, however you feel comfortable sitting cross-legged, and settle yourself here for a moment. Now we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing. So fold your 3 middle fingers in toward the palm and let your pinky finger and thumb splay open. Now cover your right nostril with your thumb and breathe in through your left nostril. Then cover your left nostril with your pinky finger and breathe out through your right nostril. Then breathe in again through your right nostril and cover your right nostril with your thumb and breathe out through the left nostril. Then breathe in through the left nostril and cover it with your pinky finger to breathe out through your right nostril, and keep going like this, alternating nostrils, trying to sit up straight as you do it. Now you can let your hands rest on your lap, and we're going to do some rapid fire breathing here. So take a deep breath in and then start by breathing out in short little bursts. Breathe in and out, short bursts. Then take a deep breath in and breathe out. And we go again. So deep breath in and rapid fire breathing. If at any point you feel dizzy, I want you to stop and just breathe normally. Otherwise, you take a deep breath in now and a deep breath out, and we go again, rapid fire. And you're done. Now you can let your hands lay wherever they want. And just breathe deep. Feel what that did to you and to your whole system. And just take in this moment. I really hope this was helpful in getting you to open your eyes and face the day. If it was, please let me know. Namaste.